It's certainly not a secret that the past few live action movies and the ones that have been announced that we know are coming out from Disney have been kind of a nightmare for them. And specifically, I'm talking about these live action woke remakes of their animated classics. Look at the past couple that have come out. Little Mermaid, which it had a break-even point of around $750 million at the box office, didn't even reach 600 million. Lost money at the theaters. That's not even debatable, even though the media is trying to spin it some other way. That's a movie that had a massive production budget. Look at what happened with Peter Pan and Wendy on Disney Plus and Pinocchio. Both of those got destroyed by the fan base. And of course, we know the situation with Rachel Zegler and the upcoming woke race swap Snow White remake. Probably not going to be very good for Disney either with all the things she said. In fact, anytime anything gets mentioned about Rachel Zegler, you have viral clips that go out, viral stories about her getting fired as Snow White. That has not happened, at least not until this point, and likely won't. But one thing that I'm not sure how you can wokeify would be, I don't know, a Bambi movie. Yet nonetheless, we're already hearing that the Bambi live action remake, why the hell would you do this anyway, is going to get a modern retelling. You can't make this shit up. Live action Bambi writer says film is being made so kids relate to it a little more, hints that it will soften Bambi's mom's death. And yes, kids are so pathetic and soft and weak nowadays, and you could trigger them. That they need to have a modern retelling of this story, guys. When I heard a modern retelling of Bambi, to me, I thought, I don't know how you're going to race swap a deer, but I'm sure they can try. Maybe they can reindeers. I don't fucking know what they would try to do. But no, this is it. Disney's live-action Bambi remake screenwriter says today's kids and parents are triggered by the mother's death. It's not like you see it happen. It happens off screen. It's a very sad moment, but holy shit. Lindsay Anderson Beer, who worked on the remake but has reportedly since moved on, says the new version will be more kid-friendly in an interview with Collider. Not to spoil the plot, but there's a treatment of the mom dying that I think some parents these days are more sensitive about than they were in the past. And I think that's one of the reasons they haven't shown it to their children. The new Bambi will have more of a scope to it. And I just think that to be able to bring it to life for kids these days in a way that maybe they relate to a little bit more would be of service to the original. What does that mean? Is Bambi going to be doing TikTok dances? Is Bambi going to go out there and loot a Target in Philadelphia? I don't know what you mean going to be more relatable. It's a story about a fucking deer that grows up alone. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Kids are too triggered by the death of Bambi's mom these days. That parents are too triggered by the death of Bambi's mom that they don't want to show it to their kids. This is the question you always have to ask for these live action remakes. If you don't want to tell the story, then why are you using this thing? Just make a whole new story. And make a whole new story about whatever. It doesn't have to be about deer. It could be telling whatever story you fucking want. But instead, it's taking what happened in the original and changing it. Now, I personally don't really care about Bambi, if I'm being real. Not one of my favorite Disney movies growing up. Certainly, I thought Thumper was a little bit weird. Not one of my favorites. But if you're going to remake it, then remake it. And do it for people that are fans of that so they can enjoy it too. Instead, just like with so many other live action remakes, well, we have to change things. So that's not okay for modern day. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing gruesome. It's not that dark. It's the story. Let it be the story. But just like we've seen in, obviously different ways with Little Mermaid or with the woke Snow White remake, they want to do everything they can to correct the mistakes of the past, to correct Disney's mistakes and make sure it's okay for a modern audience. I guess Bambi's going to be the next one to get that treatment. Like I said, doesn't look like any race swaps for the deer as of yet, but only time will tell.